We're back today with another race in FFRL Fast Fridays Racing League, and today we've got the sixth round of the season. It was meant to be the Miami Grand Prix, but apparently there's an issue with that track in F125, so we had a mystery race. The wheel was spun about 15 minutes before the lobby opened, and the track that it landed on was Sakhir, Bahrain. I mean, of all the tracks it could have landed on, it landed on this one. I mean, I said I don't like Miami, and I stand by that, but I still feel like that might have been a more interesting option than Bahrain, a track that I've raced at so many times, and I'm just not really a fan of this track. I don't think it's that enjoyable to drive. There's just like quite a few corners here that I just really don't like to drive. Certainly those last two corners we just went through there, the turns 9 and 10. I don't like the the first little complex as well, turns 1, 2 and 3. And yeah, I just don't think this track flows very well. I mean, I know that like in real life the teams and the drivers love it because of, you know, it's got like a nice range of corners, so it's good for testing and stuff, but you know, personally for me I don't find it that enjoyable to drive. But obviously have done a lot of laps around here in the past, so you know, I guess in that sense it is better than Miami to for me maybe, so we'll see how things go. But yeah, we actually break our run then of qualifying 5th or 9th for every race, and as we qualify 6th with Top Welder taking pole, Silver Tombstone 2nd, and the 4-man Gamer Plays in 3rd. Crucially, the championship leader Rowley, who has been so consistent all season, could not make it to this race, so that is going to really turn things on its head in the championship. But yep, a little bit of a slump in form there for Gamer Plays, only 3rd on the grid, having been, well, very dominant in recent times, but I'm sure they'll be a lot stronger in the race. Now then, we were just quickly changing the setup there then, and one of the newer drivers pressed go straight away, which they weren't meant to do, so that started the countdown straight away for everyone here. It's showing a 2-stop, but we're going to try and do the 1-stop, stun on mediums and go into hard tyres around about lap 11 or 12 then. So we'll see if we can do that. As right at the last second then we're going to try and take some fuel out because I didn't really get time to do that there. But yeah, so someone pressed go straight away as soon as we like got to the grid there, which yeah, not meant to do, meant to wait for the host to do that, say that we're ready to go. I mean, you'd think by this point that they just sort of like build in like a 2-minute timer or something like they've got for Assetto Corsa or something, but no, they just say that, you know, once someone says go, it starts the countdown for everyone, and yeah, they've just always done it that way, which yeah, not sure that's always the best idea there, but yeah, we're seeing that it caused a bit of an issue there. I know that some people near the back were quite unhappy about this. But yeah, we're all lined up now then on the grid, and we'll see if everyone is ready then for this start, as we've got the lights on now. And we are underway then for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and it is a very aggressive start there from Kieran in 5th. Goes right over to cover the inside line there then as we were getting alongside. And towards the first corner we just back out of it a little bit there to avoid any contact, but then it looks like most people ghosted there anyway, so we ended up just losing out a little bit. As we're side by side then with our teammate Mando up towards turn 4, and we're going to have the inside line here, so that should give us the advantage. And yep, on this inside line we are just about getting ahead then and back up into 7th. But yeah, that start didn't really go to plan for us then. We did look like we had like a good launch off the line compared to the cars in front of us, but yeah, just couldn't really go anywhere with it. And then I was trying to avoid contact, but sort of everyone just ghosted anyway there, so didn't work out the best for us. But you know, we've still got everything in one piece, and we've only lost one position, so yeah, we're still in a decent position then on this first lap, as we are now going to take a look at the replay of this start then. And yeah, it was very aggressive there from Kieran alongside us there to cover that inside line, and in the Ferrari there, so it's a very Schumacher-esque move there. But yeah, interestingly there, that last week there was a steward's report for someone using the ghosting to their advantage, and no further action was taken on that occasion, which I think on that occasion was the right decision. But yeah, it certainly looked like on this occasion a few people were trying to exploit it a little bit. But Yeah, I don't know if anything will come of that going forward, but yeah, it just seems to be a little bit of an issue on this F125 game I'm noticing. But anyway, then we're just going to have to try and get back on the attack now, then try and gain some positions back as we're catching up then to the back of Kieran, who is on the hard tyres then, so we should be quicker at this point, and that probably explains why we had the better start as well. And they're just about holding on then around these first couple of corners, but we should have the good run now up towards turn 4 here, and we've got the inside line as well, and that should be moved down then up and into 6th position here then. And we're not too far away from this little battle up in front of us as well, for where's actually a podium position at the moment then, as we've got Top Welder and Gamer then running off at the front as the top two. And yet we skip on to lap 4 then, where it looks like it's Project who was a little bit slower there then, and is dropping back from those other two of W and Tombstone. And we should hopefully be able to get past as well now then, because they do seem to be struggling a bit for pace. As we've got the inside line in third, but they've got the racing line for turn 1. Project on the inside here is just about going to hold on to it then, and then in turn 2 very much chops across us there when we were quite well alongside. Almost wanted to insert that team radio of Rosberg saying about warning that was not on, because that was very similar to that little battle we had with Hamilton there in 2014, where they got very close in that little complex. But nonetheless, we just as they did, we managed to avoid contact, and yeah, we just have to go on the attack then somewhere else. Project already with a penalty, so that's going to obviously be a bit of an advantage for us then, but obviously a long way to go, so we still want to try and get ahead here because it looks like we're quicker. And yeah, we managed to just force our way through there on the inside, well, on the racing line. Keep messing that up, but yeah, racing line, and we're through then and up into 5th place finally then, and we can get after those other two then of W and Tombstone, who thankfully haven't pulled too far away then. And yeah, we've still got that podium position in our sights. And on lap 7 then, well, Top Welder is in the pits then, having stalled on the soft tyres, so yeah, that is very interesting then. That's going to have locked them into a 2-stop, I'd say, and probably gives the advantage then to Gamer, who has got a comfortable lead up at the front, and I believe is on the medium tyres then. So yeah, that's advantage to them. As yeah, on lap 8 then, we're finally just about getting within DRS range here of Tombstone, so maybe we'll see if we can go on the attack here. We are quite far back, we were only just within a second there, and yeah, that, well, the pit straight there was just about closing in then, and we'll see how close we are then up towards turn 4 now, as we've got DRS then a second time. And yeah, Tombstone's covering the inside line here, and we've got a good run though, so we're just going to try and run around the outside if we can. Tombstone does go quite deep there to defend, so it's only a very long way around the outside for us there, but we just about managed to make it stick then, and we're up into 3rd place then for the time being. W less than 2 seconds up the road there, and yeah, I think it was a nice little overtake there then, because yeah, Tombstone was covering it quite well, but yeah, I think maybe just went a little bit too far to the inside, and that gave us a little bit of a better line there to just be able to sweep around the outside of him there and up into 3rd. And then at the end of the lap, W pits quite early there, so that might well be locking them into a 2-stop as well there, even though they did start on the medium tyres. And yeah, you can see Gamer then already 9 seconds at the road, so I don't think we're going to be much of a threat to them once again then in this race. As on lap 11 they're in the pits, but we're going to also pit on this lap as well, because yeah, we've really got nothing left in these tyres at this point, and we should be able to do 18 laps now then on the hard tyres to get us to the end of this race. So yeah, we'll see where we come out here then. Obviously W and Tombstone pitting before us then, so that should give them an undercut advantage here. W then on the medium tyres, so that definitely locks them into a 2-stop here. Tombstone on the hard, so probably going to go to the end, and get W comfortably through, and Tombstone is also going to be ahead as well then, but we will have the advantage then in terms of tyre life, and we did look quicker in the first stint, so hopefully we can get them back before too long, as Mando is now in the pits then, having gone a lot longer than us, and yeah, it's going to be joined then a few seconds back from us there, as we try and go back on the attack then of this Ferrari. And yeah, we skip on to lap 15 then, where we're now looking to try and get this position back then. We're right in DRS range now then, so we should have a good chance here. We've got a lot of battery saved up as well, so yeah, as was the case before, we just stay on the racing line there, and yeah, they were able to just breeze by quite comfortably that time, and we're up into 5th place for the time being. Still some cars to pit up in front of us, so yeah, we are looking a lot better than 5th at the moment, but yeah, we just have to see how it's all going to play out then with these different strategies. As we skip on to lap 17 now then, and up in front of us there's a Red Bull recovering there of W from what looks like a spin out of the slow turn 10 there, so yeah, that's going to cost them quite a bit of time, and yeah, that's put us into DRS range as well now then, so yeah, we will have a chance to pass as Kieran now then pits. I think they did hard to medium I should say, so that is their one and only stop in this race. And yeah, we weren't quite close enough on that occasion then to get close to W, but yeah, we are within a second now, so we should have the DRS here now to just keep us quite close around the rest of this lap. And yeah, well, it just gave us a bit of a chance as well to charge up the battery a bit, and now we can go on a proper attack this time round. And yeah, we've got a lot more speed this time then, down the pit straight, and it looks like on the brakes we should have this move done then, and up into the podium positions once again. Yeah, no chance of catching, well, certainly one of the top two up in front of us. Obviously Top Loader was in quite early, so it remains to be seen what they do, as W is going to fight back then with DRS down the second straight towards turn 4, and we didn't have the best line through there, and that's allowed the Red Bull to get back alongside us then, and it'll be inside. Quite a bold move there, certainly threw me off a little bit there because I made a mistake there in the next turn. And yeah, back through they go then, and back up into 3rd. So yeah, we're going to have to try and regroup a bit here and try see if we can take the position back the next time round, because yeah, it certainly wasn't as straightforward as I thought it was going to be. And yeah, well, we didn't get a chance to retake it then because well, we technically did, but just not on track because W had pitted there for the second time. And yeah, that nonetheless then puts us back up into the podium positions then, a long way off the lead, but not a long way behind Top Loader, because yeah, they have indeed had to pit again then, and they've now gone on to medium tyres then for the final 9 laps, so we'll see how far back they are and how quickly they can catch back up here then, because they're going to be dropping, so you can see on the timing tower there, they're going to be more than 10 seconds behind us then coming out of the pit. So yeah, it's a lot of ground to make up, but they will have much newer tyres than us. We've already been on them for quite a long time, and yeah, by lap 26 they're already, well, they've already cleared all those cars behind us then, and are only just over a second behind us then. So yeah, we're certainly going to be under quite a lot of pressure here then, and it doesn't look like we can have much chance then of holding on to this position, although we are just saving up a lot of battery here ready for that inevitable attack. So we'll see if there's anything we can do about this fast charging Alpine behind us. And yeah, we did manage to hold on for another lap and a half then, because yeah, it was by the end of lap 27 then where it was really getting close enough to make a move here then. As yeah, we crossed line then, just 2 laps to go, and we're using quite a bit of battery here to try and defend this then. And Top World is now finally going to have their first look then into turn 1, but we've just about done enough there then to stay ahead for the time being. But yeah, he's going to have another dose of DRS now then down towards, well, up towards turn 4. We're covering in inside line here, and it looks like we've just about managed to hold it onto it then. He's going to get a switch back, but well, no, not quite then. We've managed to have enough traction just about to maintain the position, but yeah, that Alpine is certainly looking a lot quicker than us. We've been on these tyres for a very long time at this point, as I felt the need to defend there into the hairpin, but yeah, that just compromised my line quite a bit. And yeah, it's now left us compromised for turns 9 and 10 as well then, not on the best line at all. And yeah, he does the switch back then and is through and into second place once again. And yeah, now has DRS to pull away, but we'll see if there's anything that we can do then, because we still do have a fair bit of battery then, so we could still go for one more attack then, and we will of course have the DRS down the pit straight this time for what will be the final lap of the race. So yeah, it's really all on this final go then to see if we can actually fight back here then. Obviously the tyre wear is quite bad on, you know, both sets of tyres, so even though our hard tyres are very badly worn at this point, those mediums will be wearing out very quickly as well. And we'll see then if there's anything we can do then as we head down the pit straight then for the final time in this race. And it looks like do have a decent run there. Then I think Top Welder just running out of battery there before us, and that's allowed us to get a great run towards the first corner and up the inside. I think, well, we're side by side then, and we've just had slightly better traction there out of turns 2 and 3, and we're going to get back ahead. And we got DRS as well there, crucially, up towards turn 4, and that allowed us to retake second position there then. And we'll see if there's anything we can do to hold on to it now then, because I think he definitely still has the advantage on tyres, but yeah, I think we just managed to save the battery a little bit better there. We once again covered that inside line into the hairpin. I don't know if we needed to or not, but it certainly felt like he may go for the lunge there. But well, he did try the cut back there, but we used overtake to get back ahead and get a better line this time through turns 9 and 10, but we're just so slow there. I couldn't even get into like second gear because I was struggling with the rear tyres so much there. And now down this back straight towards turn 11, well, maybe we should have covered the inside line a little bit there, because he had a great run there and on the inside line managed to get through. And yeah, looking back at it, I really probably should have tried to cover that a little bit better there, because yeah, that was just the one opening that he needed there, and it managed to get him through. And yeah, there's not really anywhere we can fight back now then, so yeah, maybe a little bit of an error there in our little battle there, but it was a great battle for these final 2 laps then, and I didn't really think I'd have any chance of holding him off once he closed up there. So yeah, I was quite happy with how that, well, just that we had a little bit of a battle in those final couple of laps. But yeah, I think I maybe could have done a little bit better in the end, looking back on it, because yeah, it certainly looked like we did have the chance to hold on to the position there. But all credit to Top Welder, because they did manage to take the position in the end then, and it was a great battle. And in all this, we've forgotten about the race winner then, Game of Plays, who was absolutely dominant at the front, won by over 20 seconds I think, and is now looking very good then in the championship with that, well, non-start for Rowley. And yeah, there are other final results then. Game of Plays taking the win by over 20 seconds from Top Welder in the end. So yeah, I think it was certainly the right call to do the 1-stop here compared to the 2-stop, because yeah, it was very close between Gamer and Top Welder earlier on, but yeah, he's lost nearly a whole pit stop there from doing the extra pit stop. So yeah, I think the 1-stop was definitely the way to go in this race, even though the tyre wear was quite bad. But yeah, we were once again on the podium, and once again Mando was up there. This feels like it was a very representative result of like the whole season here then, with the Game of Plays at the top, Top Welder in second, and yeah, you got me and Mando very consistent in third and fourth. The 2 Ferraris who have been very consistent as well of Tombstone and Kieran in 5th and 6th, and yeah, same with W as well in 7th. They've all just been very consistent point scorers throughout this season. Then we've got a new driver of John in 8th there, Angry Davey in 9th, and 2 Mercedes of Ben and 10. Oh, that was an inevitable mistake, wasn't it? Ben and Taze there, 10th and 11th, and Project H then taking the final point. In the championship, well, it is very much advantage to Game of Plays now then. They finally take the lead of the championship, and they hold a 17-point lead over me in second. Rowley then, that crucial non-score drops them down to third. Mando still solid in fourth there, and Top Welder all the way up to fifth now then, with that another strong result there. So yeah, if they'd just been here a little bit more this season, we could have had a really great championship fight here, but I think between him and Gamer there. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, as I think I said before, that they've missed so many races there. As I mentioned before, the 2 Ferraris have been very consistent. Tombstone and Kieran 6th and 7th, Cheesy, Wolf and Liam rounding out the top 10 there. And it's looking better for us then in the constructors, because Aston Martin are 36 points ahead of Red Bull. So that's mine and Mando's points from Hungary onwards. I think Mando was also driving for them in a race before that, and we obviously drove for them in Japan along with Rowley there. So yeah, there's quite a few drivers' points that have contributed to that Aston Martin total there, but it's been just me and Mando for these last few races, and yeah, we're doing a good job, I think, of holding on to that lead. But yeah, as I mentioned, Red Bull second, and you've got the strong combination of Rowley and Welder that have put Alpine up into third at the moment then. So I think still quite a few teams still in contention there. Certainly those 3 Ferraris have been mentioned, they've been very consistent with both their drivers, and they're on 124. and then Haas, RB, Mercedes, Sauber, McLaren, and yeah, sadly Williams only on 14. I feel a bit bad because I was driving the Williams at one time and I threw it in the wall, so yeah, they would have had a few more points if I hadn't done that. But yeah, those are the standings then, and yeah, apologies, this was a bit late this week, but at least it did mean that I could get the standings properly to show you this time. So yeah, as much as I was complaining beforehand about how I don't like Bahrain and everything, and yeah, I wasn't happy with that selection. I mean, it was random, of course, but yeah, still ended up turning out quite nicely for us then. Another podium, and yeah, we're scoring very consistently. We'll see how things go then with just 4 races still to run. As I keep saying, it's looking very unlikely given the form that Game of Plays is showing, but you know, we're still pretty close. So if something does go wrong for them, then we could be right back in it in terms of the title fight. But you know, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Just got to keep on trying to do the best we can, and hopefully we'll just keep on getting some strong results then, and yeah, we'll see where we end up at the end. So that is it then for this week. Next time up, we've got Mexico, a track I do enjoy a lot more, so hopefully it does go well. And yeah, that'll round out today then. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.